This video update effective around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, guys, here's part two, our next video. And what we want you to notice here again is look how off the mid-Atlantic, we're getting some moisture to dive down in here. And also notice how over Puerto Rico and Hispaniola, the flow is off towards the northeast. Now, this is the tail end of the front that just moved over Florida. That upper level low feature that came in yesterday over northeast Florida and now over the Florida Straits had pinched off the front over here towards the Bahamas. And as you can see spinning over Bermuda, we've got another upper level low feature that's spinning away off towards the northeast. And again, this is the reason why we watch the tail ends of fronts for areas of low pressure that may try to spin up. But what we want you to notice in this video segment is the amount of moisture that is flowing out towards the northeast out here into the Atlantic, because this is going to play into another factor or factor two of what we're watching with the upper level low, but this is also going to influence the uptick that we think is coming in Atlantic tropical activity. We're going to adjust this map for you, or this satellite loop. Give us just a second here. Let me set it up. But one of the things that has suppressed tropical activity in the Atlantic so far this season has been a dry patch of air that is set up over here towards the central Atlantic and the Saharan air layer that has been moving off the African coast. This dry patch of air is collapsing. And this is going to give us the opportunity here over the next week to see something develop out here. Still early, but we're going to be watching for it. But as you can see, it is collapsing because this flow towards the northeast, the moisture in here is crunching on this side of the dry air. And the same thing is happening down here off the intertropical convergence zone. We're going to zoom in on that next. Okay, so here's the look on the backside of that dry pocket of air. And as you can see down here towards the intertropical convergence zone, right here, we've got a tropical wave that is moving off now just to the southwest of the Cape Verde Islands. But as you can see yesterday, this intertropical convergence zone was one straight line in here, and it expanded to about twice the size. And then in the overnight, it actually decreased again. So what it's done is it's set this tropical wave now free, and it's trapped along dry air, but this tropical wave is going to continue to move off towards Central America in here. And again, we may be looking at this later on as a potential Gulf of Mexico threat. But this next tropical wave, as you can see how moisture is lifting off towards the north, and this is the tail end of it. Notice how the moisture right in here is trying to collapse this side of that dry pocket of air. And that dry pocket of air is moving out of the northeast and dropping down towards the southwest over the islands in here. In the visible satellite imagery, you can actually see the Saharan air layer that is trapped within this dry air and how it is moving through here. So it's on the move, and you've got moisture pluming in behind it. This is definitely collapsing and going to give us the opportunity to see some tropical development here real soon. Guys, that's it for now. Stay tuned for the next video update. We're going to switch back over to that upper level low as the day goes on. So stay tuned for the next update.